Another snowy day here in Indiana. Look how beautiful it is though. I love it. It's breathtaking. Reminds me of Narnia. Hey guys, let's check on the Louisiana Swamp Worms. I gave them some worm chow. Let's check also on the corn drama in here. All right, let's see. So anytime I put chow down, they're always like right there underneath the surface. You know, worm chow always feels warm. That's because it's breaking down. That's why I don't like mixing my worm chow into my bedding. I know there are people that do that, and nothing might happen that's bad. But then that day will come when something might, and it goes crazy. It happened to me, I think it was about a year ago. I don't know. You'll have to look back at that video of my African nightcrawlers. Yeah. So, what is this? Oh, one of the little trees. All right. Anyway, let's go to the corn and just see. So, I see them right here on the surface. All right, let's do the shovel method. Oh my gosh, look at them. I love them. They are just having a feast with this corn. This is a big pocket right here. Oh, they feel so slimy. I just love that feeling. So let's see what the corn looks like. They basically have eaten the whole thing. Look at that little guy on my hand. How sweet. Yeah, there are no kernels left. And you notice something? There's no kernels left. So even though there's a lot of worms here, there aren't as many as the other day. So I think they've eaten all the sweet stuff, because remember, the worms love the sweet stuff. And they're definitely having babies. So now that they've done that, and some will still hang around the cob, I think they're starting to disperse again. So like over here, I put chow, and I could see them. And then here, I gave them sweet potatoes. So they might have moved from the corn over to the sweet potato. So let's just see. Oh yeah, look at this. Yes, they are starting to discover the sweet potatoes. Now these sweet potatoes, I froze them first, and then I put them in here because it helps them to break down a little faster. Sometimes I do this. I'll make a little hole just to help them out. See, I love feeding them worm chow, but I also like giving them kitchen scraps from my kitchen. Look at that banana. See, they love that sweet stuff. They'll definitely go for sweet food. There's none there. So they're over here. They're not as many here as I thought, but they're definitely on their way. So they're making the journey from the corn to the sweet potato. So let me put it down here so it starts to break down a little better. And here's the banana. And we're just going to cover them. And I noticed that they like the husk also, which they ate very fast. Definitely with the chow here. You know, worms are incredible creatures. I mean, they really are. They just fascinate me. Yeah, definitely the majority of them are still kind of here. But they're definitely doing the migration towards the sweet potato. And I guarantee you, as this starts breaking down more, those juices are gonna attract them this way. And they're gonna head that way. But we're gonna give them the corn back because there's still 2 or 3 kernels here. They might work on it. And we're just gonna cover this and leave them alone and just see what they're gonna do. We're gonna see how long it'll take them to go that way. Because that was frozen, it'll happen faster. All right, so let's let me cover this and let's check on the African nightcrawlers. All right, so here we are, the African nightcrawlers. I harvested and I set them up again. I had to order some more. Oh, look at them right there. I had to order some more coconut coir because I ran out. They just love it, you know. So here, you notice the color. Look at the color difference between the other guys and these guys. So I gave them shredded paper, which they are devouring, and I gave them some worm chow. So they're actually coming back. You know, these worms, like I thought they were all gone. I thought they were like super dry. I mean, the bedding was like, it was almost like powder. And I thought, well, there's nothing in there. And they were all at the bottom. I mean, not as many as I originally had, but enough to bring them back. Look at that big guy. See, African nightcrawlers have that darker color, which I love. Yeah. They're enjoying the paper. They love paper, cardboard, Amazon boxes. They just love all that. So, oh, I forgot about this. Seems like I gave them a sweet potato too. You know, guys, with my father passing away and other things that have happened and the weather and I've had a hell of a month. So yeah, this was the other frozen half of the other ones over there. And the African nightcrawlers are down here. They seem to be liking it. Because look, this big bundle is down here. Right underneath the sweet potato. So let's just give it back to them. Plus, this banana could also be attracting them. But you know what? I had African nightcrawlers in a mini worm tower. And I gave them bananas and strawberries. And they didn't touch it. And I don't know why. It was the strangest thing. And then they kept like escaping. I think they were just unhappy with it for some reason. I don't know. Can't explain it. I've never had another worm do that. But, you know, these guys are just, they have a mind of their own and they rule the roost in here and they're just going to do what they want to do. You're not going to convince them otherwise. They're just not. So when my coconut coir arrives, then I'll give them some. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. It wasn't a long one. It's kind of warm down here, but I think it's because they're just breaking everything down. So when you feel that it's hot, the best thing you could do for a bin that overheats or is gonna overheat is start fluffing the bedding up, because that will get air in there and it'll start to cool things down. Some foods will heat up your bin. They just will. Like if you put rice, if you feed them cooked rice, always don't feed a lot, but put it on the surface. Never dig rice into your bedding. You will have a major disaster. It'll ferment and heat up inside the bin. And I did it, and I had worms running for the hills. I had globs of worms just coming off the side. Yeah, it was bad. So we're not going to do that. But anyway, guys, press that subscribe button. Share with family and friends. And I'll see you all next time. Take care.